Tonight, we're riding along with the DOT to see how they keep you safe on the road.
I'm Cal Domowski here at Maine Endwell High School, where some community members are taking advantage of this large hill.
And while some people are having fun with the snow today, others didn't get a snow day. We're checking in with how people are working through the weather.
Some tips from the Broome County Sheriff's Office on how you can prepare your car and your home for this inclement weather.
From WBNG, your weather authority, this is 12 News at 5.
Wicked weather slams the southern tier.
Don't drive.
And this is why.
Run a risk of getting hit by another vehicle.
Treacherous travel.
Schools canceled.
We were the first ones here, though, so we kind of had to blaze the trail.
Crews working around the clock.
Keep the streets safe.
A winter wallop.
It's a heck of a start to the week.
Your weather authority has you covered from the beginning to the end.
We've known about the storm.
Working 24/7 to keep you and your family safe. And we begin tonight with a live look at Johnson City. Snow letting up just a bit after falling throughout the day.
And we have live team coverage from across the southern tier. Josh Rosenblatt and Jack Arpey have been out in the elements all day long.
But first, let's go ahead and get it straight to Chief Meteorologist Howard Manges with more. And Howard, road conditions, everything to talk about right now. And good evening. We begin tonight at 5 with breaking news.
Smoke could be seen for miles.
Take a look at this, a time-lapse view from our station in Johnson City.
Many of you sent us pictures of the view from across Broome County.
Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Paul Mueller.
And I'm Chloe Vincenti. That fire burning through the Home Central True Value hardware store in Vestal.
The business at 199 Stage Road. Here's the map here. That is near the Vestal Parkway and the Vestal Trail Rail Trail.
Tonight we have live team coverage, and Spiracco is live at the Vestal High School with the impacts on students.
But first, we're going to turn to 12 News reporter Katie Jones live on the scene. And Katie, what can you tell us from your vantage point?
Yeah, there actually is quite a bit to see here. We've been here for a few hours now, and I want you to take a look at this footage from earlier today. That fire started just before 2 p.m. here at 199 Stage Road in Vestal. That's right near the Vestal Rail Trail. This building is part of the True Value store right on the corner at Stage Road, right off the Vestal Parkway. You can see, I just spoke to the public information officer for Vestal Fire, and they were saying that this building, this structure, has typically a hard time with dealing with fires just because of the material that it is made out of. And there were multiple agencies responding to this earlier today. But right now, there is an unknown cause of this fire. It's still under investigation, but we do know there is good news. No employees of that store were injured in this fire. No firefighters were injured to report. But we've been here for almost 3 hours, and I want you to take a look at this right now, at this smoke that's still billowing. There's still all these firefighters here. They're working hard, but you can see that smoke is still coming out of here. The public information officer did tell me that that fire is still going on, and that was just about 10 minutes ago. So we've been here for about 3 hours. They expect to be here for several more hours. But right now, we're going to throw it back in studio, and we'll keep updating you as soon as we know more. So for now, live in Vestal, Katie Jones, 12 News.
Certainly a smoky scene there.
Definitely.
Tonight, that fire is also making an impact on nearby schools.
The Vestal High School and Clayton Elementary School canceling after-school activities today.
And Spiracco is live now at the high school, continuing our live team coverage. Ann.
That's right. We recently learned from the Vestal High School principal that all after-school activities have been canceled for today because of the nearby fire. Now, we want to stress this and make it very clear. The school has said there was no danger to the students, faculty, or staff. They just took precaution in having everyone leave. Both Vestal High School and Clayton Avenue Elementary canceled their after-school and evening activities. As you heard earlier, there was an abundance of smoke from the Home Central fire on Stage Road. The district just wanted to make sure no one was affected by any smoke inhalation. Now stay with 12 News as we continue to remain on scene all evening long tonight on 12 News. Until then, live in Vestal and Spiracco, 12 News.
All right, Ann, many of you also sent us photos of the heavy smoke that could be seen for miles. This is the view sent to us by Anna Lake from the Vestal Public Library. Smoke seen pouring into the sky there.
And take a look at this one. Janet Lee Lewis shared this photo from across the river from the fire on Washington Avenue in Endicott. A scene of black smoke hanging over the sky there. Of course, we have a slideshow of pictures from around Broome County sent to us by you, our viewers, and you can find all of them on WBNG.com.
Tonight, new information on what's happening with Maine's paper and food services.
12 News acquiring a memo the company confirms it sent to employees yesterday saying, quote, Linear Logistics will soon acquire the assets of Maine's paper and food service. The memo going on to say they believe they chose the right partner to bring the business into the future. The memo also says the acquisition is expected to close within the coming days. Now, this, of course, is a story we here at 12 News broke first.
We've been following what's been happening with Maine since the very beginning, and each day this week there's been something new. Let's take a look at the timeline of what we've learned. On Monday, we found out over the weekend Maine's let go of a number of employees. A letter that's now on the New York Department of Labor website says more than 400 people have lost their jobs there, including this past weekend and back in March. On Tuesday, a former employee shared their experience of being let go during a pandemic. And yesterday, local restaurants told us they're looking for a new food supplier.
And that leads us to today, finding out this letter says Linear Logistics is acquiring Maine's assets. Now, the question many of you might be asking tonight, who are they? So let's go ahead now and take a closer look. According to its website, Linear Logistics stores, moves, and prepares food. The website also says they have facilities in the United States, Europe, and Asia. Take a look at the map there, showing their facilities across the U.S., including in New York. That includes Buffalo and the Rochester areas. And if we go back to that memo sent to Maine's employees, they called the culture between the companies, quote, similar.
Now, you were the first to find out about today's update on our website and our 12 News app. So make sure to download the app and check WBNG.com to stay up to date with us at all hours of the day and night.
If you reopen too fast, then you have to stop. And nobody wants to have gone through all of this and then start just to stop again. Well,
tonight at 5, new developments in the reopening of New York.
Governor Andrew Cuomo said this afternoon the on pause plan will end May 15th, but regions will have to meet certain criteria before reopening. They sent us this graphic showing that criteria divided into 7 categories. All that green you can see on your screen, those are the areas meeting the criteria. The red are not. The governor says right now the southern tier meets 5 of the 7 categories. These are the 2 that don't meet the criteria. The first requires that 30 out of every 1,000 residents are tested monthly. The second states there are at least 30 contact tracers per 100,000 residents. Governor Cuomo said today once all 7 categories are met, starting May 15th, the region can begin to reopen. We start now with one of those categories the southern tier needs to meet, having enough contact tracers. Today, 12 News reporter Josh Rosenblatt spoke with a local contact tracer to break down the process.
If you're watching TV at your house and you get a phone call from the Broome County Health Department, it's likely because you've potentially come into contact with someone who has the coronavirus.